Hey, Final Illini fans, welcome to this week's edition of The Eye. I'm your host, Marissa Sulik, and it's been a jam-packed week here at Illinois Athletics. From baseball to tennis, we have a lot going on, so let's take a look at this week's Illini Rewind. Baseball season's in full swing, and one player in particular has already earned Big Ten Player of the Week 3 times. This makes first baseman Brent Spillane our Prairie Farms Performer of the Week. Spillane is the first player in conference history to earn this honor 3 times in a row. With 5 homers and only 3 outs in 4 games, Spillane was able to complete 2 multi-home run games. After an incredible 3-week performance, he leads the nation in slugging percentage, is tied for the national lead in homers, and ranks second in batting average. With hopes of warmer weather and baseball season underway, there's plenty of hype here at Illinois Athletics. Let's check in with Lauren Mraz to see what's to come this season in baseball.
The unpredictable Champaign weather could potentially cause practice issues for outdoor sports. We got an inside look on how the Illinois baseball team is adjusting to weather amidst a successful season.
It's a fun time of year. We're playing a little bit more on a regular basis. We are getting some media hype, but that's part of success. Those are things that you hope that you get throughout the year. They still need to continue to do the same academic things that they've done in the past. I talk to our guys about getting better each and every day. I think over the past couple weeks, we've kind of hit a plateau in some areas that we need to push past, and I challenge our guys to do that. It's something that we talked about, that's going to be important for our practices this week. Yeah, the weather's been a little bit of a challenge, having to bounce inside and outside. You'd like to be outside, this time of year, but, it's just part of adapting. I always tell our guys, you can't worry about what the situation is, you just have to adapt to it. Both teams are going to have to adapt to it. They're going to have to adapt to the weather as we are. So, both teams have the same situation, same opportunities, and we have to take advantage of our opportunities.
The Illini head to Maryland this weekend. Hopefully the weather will be a little better there so the Illini can continue their successful swing. Back to you, Marissa.
When we come back after the break, we get to know an Illinois softball junior who stood out against the Northwestern Wildcats.
It's hard not to be a fan of a credit card that gives you more while saving you money every single day. The Illini Visa Rewards Card. Available only through U of I Community Credit Union.
The softball team is halfway through their season, and one catcher in particular has a very strong performance. Olivia Schmidt is in the studio with this week's Athlete Profile.
Thanks, Marissa. I'm Olivia Schmidt here with this week's Athlete Profile. Big Ten competition is underway for the Illini softball team, who saw their first win against the Northwestern Wildcats since 2015. One Illini who stood out for the orange and blue is junior Stephanie Abello.
Bello was on those pitches. Bello now with 9 home runs.
Bello.
3-run homer for Stephanie Abello. We've got a ball game.
Abello posted an 800 average against the Wildcats in a doubleheader series at Eichelberger Field on Thursday. The Batavia, Illinois native led the team with 4 hits, 3 runs, and 5 RBI. In Game 2, Abello put the orange and blue on the board with a 3-run homer, the 3rd of her season.
Abello now with 9 home runs.
Abello has a .347 average on the season, starting at catcher in 30 of 31 games. Up next, Abello and the orange and blue will take on the Maryland Terrapins in a 3-game home series. Thanks, Marissa. That's all for this week's Athlete Profile. Back to you.
Thanks, Olivia. A lot is happening here at Illinois Athletics, and more is to come. Tori McTeague has more with your Illini preview.
Thanks, Marissa. Now let's take a look at what's to come this week in Illinois athletics. On Friday, the Spillane train travels to Maryland as Brendan Spillane and the men's baseball team take on the Terps this weekend. Softball also has an action-packed weekend as they host Maryland Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Men's tennis looks to defend their 4-game win streak this weekend as they host Michigan this Saturday. On the other hand, women's tennis will play at Michigan Saturday and then stay on the road to play Michigan State Sunday. Finally, men's gym also heads to Michigan this weekend to participate in the Big Ten meet. And that's it for this week's Illinois Preview. Marissa, back to you.
That's all for this week's edition of The Eye. We'll be back next week with another inside look at Illinois athletics.